Good morning. Today is 22nd December 2016. Now we discuss research methodology and it is mainly मेरा second part है research methodology का. तो it is presented by me. तो my name is सुमित कुमार डाकुआ. तो आप देखते रहिए. Okay, start now. Okay. Definition of formulation of a problem. Okay. After identifying a problem, in order to solve it, it has to be defined and formulated properly. Okay. आइडेंटिफाई हमने अगर प्रॉब्लम को आइडेंटिफाई कर लिया उसके बाद हमने उसको सॉल्व करना चाहते थे हम सॉल्व करना चाहता हूँ उसको एंड इट हैज़ टू बी डिफाइंड एंड फॉर्मुलेटेड प्रॉपर्टी. ओके. For this purpose, one can execute the following. Okay, one can execute करते हैं कि following को देखिए. State the problem of questionnaire. हम देखते हैं क्या कुछ प्रॉब्लम है क्वेश्चनरी के अंदर from form और questionnaire form और in an equivalent form में. Okay, तो उसके बाद हमने specify the problem. हमने specify करते हैं प्रॉब्लम को detail and in precise terms को. Okay. हम स्पेसिफाई करते हैं प्रॉब्लम एंड डिटेल्स में स्पेसिफाई द प्रॉब्लम इन डिटेल्स एंड इन प्रिसाइज टर्म्स. ओके. लिस्ट द एजम्पशन मेड. हमने एजम्पशन करते हैं. रिमूव द एम्बिगियस इन एनी एम्बिगियस एनी दैट इन द स्टेटमेंट ऑफ द प्रॉब्लम. हमने जो एम्बिगियस कोई भी अगर प्रॉब्लम है उसको हमने सॉल्व कर देखते हैं. ओके, सॉल्व करने जाते थे. ओके. So examine the feasibility of a particular solution. हमने एग्जामिन करते हैं कि कौन सी सोल्यूशन करा जाए. ओके. हम कौन सी सोल्यूशन जो हमें करना चाहिए. ओके. डिफाइनिंग द प्रॉब्लम इज मोर definition. The problem is the more important for than in solution. It is a crucial part of the research study and should not be defined in hurry. Okay. देखिए, do you assess whether the defined the problem as a good problem? Do you assess कि आप क्या assess करते हैं कर सकते हैं जो डिफाइन जो प्रॉब्लम उनको डिफाइन करते हैं ये गुड प्रॉब्लम. देखिए, ये प्रॉब्लम इज फर्स्ट डिफाइंड डेफिनेशन मे नॉट बी अप्लाइंग. ओके. एक प्रॉब्लम जो है इट इज इन इट्स फर्स्ट डेफिनेशन क्या है मे नॉट बी अप्लाइंग होते हैं अप्लाइंग नहीं होते हैं. ओके. It may be required redefining in order to make it a good problem. तो हमने क्या करते हैं ना it may be required क्या करते हैं ना redefining in order to make a good problem होते हैं. Okay. That is suitably rewarding or reformulating the chosen. Okay. So provision problem. It can be made to meet the criteria of a good problem. This is also important to solve the problem successfully. To this end, a researcher can ask a series of questions. Okay, researcher क्या है ना जी बात कर सकते हैं series of question on the problem के बारे में. Summer जो क्या है defining and not be applying. Okay, it is required redefining after order to make it a good problem. This is the suitably rewarding or reformulating the chosen problem. It can be made to meet the criteria of a good problem. This is also important to solve problems successfully. Okay. To this end, a researcher can ask a series of questions on the problem. So some are क्या is the problem really interesting to him. Okay. And to the specific community. Is the problem significant to the present status of the topic? Is there sufficient supervision guidance? Can the problem be solved in the required time frame? Are the necessary equipment, adequate library and computational facilities etc. available? Sorry. If the answers to these questions are satisfactory, then the researcher can initiate work or the chosen problems. In addition, discuss the problem with the current doctoral students and obtain the scope of the problem and other related aspects. Okay. देखिए उसके बाद क्या है How are these question important for and relevant to a researcher? देखिए रिसर्चर के लिए कौन सी क्वेश्चन जो इम्पोर्टेंट है. द रिसर्चर शुड बी इंटरेस्टेड ऑन द प्रॉब्लम फॉर द रीजंस. ओके, इंटरेस्टेड क्या देखते हैं ना, प्रॉब्लम देखते हैं. रिसर्चर शुड बी इंटरेस्टेड टू द प्रॉब्लम ऑफ द रिसर्च मेंशन्ड earlier at the end of the section. Okay, the problem should also be interesting, okay, to the supervisor, so that the researcher can get the necessary guidance. Okay, get so necessary लेते हैं guidelines. Otherwise sometimes the researcher may find करते हैं may very difficult convince the supervisor on the importance and significance of the results obtained. More importantly अगर दिखा जाए the problem must be interest to scientific community. Okay, most importantly अगर दिखा जाए the problem must be interest. क्या करते हैं ना, problem इंटरेस्ट है scientific community and society में. So if not then the researcher will find great difficulty to publish this finding a reputed journals में अंदर वो find करते हैं and convince the formulating agency. Next क्या है the status of the problem, particularly the importance of finding its solution should match with the current status of the field. But if the problem investigated of not much interest of science and society, then publications will become useless to him in the research career. Specifically they cannot help to earn postdoctoral fellowship, okay, respectively, and a permanent job of an institution. देखिए यहाँ पर क्या कहा है ना, जो सिचुएशन ऑफ प्रॉब्लम है, स्टेटस ऑफ प्रॉब्लम है, पर्टिकुलरली इम्पोर्टेंस है, अब जो सोल्यूशन को उसका ढूंढना पड़ेगा, तो उसके लिए करंट स्टेटस ऑफ द फील्ड को देखना पड़ेगा. तो फील्ड में फील्ड का करंट स्टेटस क्या है, उसका बाद प्रॉब्लम जो इन्वेस्टिगेट कर रहा है वो, तो उसको इंटरेस्ट क्या है साइंस में और सोसाइटी का, तो सोसाइटी में, तो उसको हमने देखेंगे जो उसका यूज कैसे हो रहा है टू हिम द रिसर्च करियर में. तो देखिए स्पेसिफिकली दे कैन नॉट हेल्प ये अर्न पोस्ट डॉक्टर. तो उसका वो अगर किया तो उसके बाद फेलोशिप नहीं पाएगा. ओके, परमानेंट जॉब ऑफ द इंस्टीट्यूशन. रिसर्चर नीड्स प्रॉपर गाइडलाइंस. रिसर्चर्स नीड्स क्या करते हैं, उसको प्रॉपर गाइडलाइंस चाहिए होता है एंड इनकरेजमेंट फ्रॉम द सुपीरियर रेगुलरिटी. ओके, दिस इज इम्पोर्टेंट फॉर कीपिंग द रिसर्च इन राइट ट्रैक. ओके, to overcome the difficulties which come at various stages of research. Okay, and also have moral support. Researchers should avoid working करते हैं under guidelines of supervisor. Okay, having serious health problem जो होते हैं और family problems. Okay, committed in large time administrative work and strong involvement in non-academic matters में उसके involvement है. So an important point there is that before initiating research work on a problem, through a rough estimate of cost and time required to complete the work must be made. A problem suitable for PhD degree should not be taken in for MPhil degree. Okay, not be taken for MPhil degree. A problem suitable for MPhil degree is not appropriate for master degree. Okay, if the collection of data of resources or related information takes maybe years, then the topic is obviously inappreciated for PhD degree. Controversial subjects should not be chosen. Problems that are too narrow or too vague should be avoided. Finally, the researcher must make sure that the necessary experimental setup and materials to perform the actual research work are available in the department where the research work is to be carried out. Without these, if the researcher initiated the work and he has gone through certain stages of work or spent 1 or 2 years, okay, in the problem, then in order to complete the task would be forced to buy the materials and instruments for his personal saving. Okay, उसके बाद देखिए लिटरेचर रिव्यू ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, लिटरेचर रिव्यू जानना, क्योंकि इसमें बहुत सी जो थॉट है ये रिसर्च में जाते हैं. ओके, देखिए आफ्टर डिफाइनिंग ए प्रॉब्लम द रिसर्चर हैज़ टू लिटरेचर रिव्यू कनेक्टेड विद द प्रॉब्लम. ओके, लिटरेचर रिव्यू कनेक्टेड विद द प्रॉब्लम. लिटरेचर सर्वे इज ए कलेक्शन ऑफ रिसर्च पब्लिकेशन books and other documents, okay, related to the defined problems. Okay, it is very essential to know whether the defined problems has already been solved, status of the problem, techniques are that are help useful. Okay, okay, so useful, the techniques that are useful to investigate the problem. Okay, and other related details. देखिए यहाँ पर क्या कहा लिटरेचर सर्वे. ओके, कलेक्टेड किसके साथ, द प्रॉब्लम के साथ. लिटरेचर सर्वे हम लिटरेचर सर्वे जो करते हैं तो क्या है ना, कलेक्शन ऑफ रिसर्च पब्लिकेशन बुक्स. हमने अगर कोई भी कलेक्शन कर रहे हैं, बुक्स कर रहे हैं, अदर डॉक्यूमेंट्स कर रहे हैं, तो हमने क्या करने के लिए, वो डिफाइंड प्रॉब्लम के लिए, प्रॉब्लम क्या रिलेटेड जो बुक डिफाइंड बुक ढूंढते हैं, तो प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करने के लिए ही हमने इतना करते हैं काम. तो इट इज़ एसेंशियल टू नो, ये हमें जानना पड़ता है तो नो वेदर द डिफाइंड प्रॉब्लम्स, कहाँ पर डिफाइंड प्रॉब्लम्स है ऑलरेडी बीन सॉल्व, कहाँ पर हमने इसको सॉल्व कर सकते हैं. एंड स्टेटस द प्रॉब्लम टेक्निक्स. ओके, टेक्निक्स को हमने स्टेटस देखते हैं, टेक्निक techniques that are useful in to investigate the problems. Okay, the journals which publish abstracts of papers publish. Okay, the journals जो है वही publish abstracts of paper. Okay, जो journals है वो publish abstracts of papers publish in various journals में होते हैं publish. Review articles जो है related to the topic chosen. Okay, रिलेटेड इसके साथ है, टॉपिक जब चूज करते हैं हम उसके साथ रिलेटेड है. जर्नल्स हुई पब्लिश रिसर्च आर्टिकल, जर्नल जो पब्लिश होते हैं रिसर्च आर्टिकल में. एडवांस लेवल बुक्स ऑन द चूजन टॉपिक, एडवांस लेवल जो बुक्स है वो जो हम टॉपिक चूज करते हैं उसके साथ है. प्रेसिडिंग्स ऑफ कॉन्फ्रेंस है, वर्कशॉप्स है, प्रीप्रिंट कलेक्शंस अवेलेबल विथ ए सुपरवाइजर एंड एक्सपर्ट्स वर्किंग ऑन द टॉपिक चूजन. इंटरनेट के साथ यूज करते हैं हमने. तो हमने कैसे सर्वे करते हैं, तो हमने जर्नल देखते हैं, पब्लिश एब्स्ट्रैक्ट देखते हैं. ओके, सो वेरियस जर्नल देखते हैं एंड आर्टिकल्स देखते हैं, टॉपिक आर्टिकल रिलेटेड एंड जर्नल्स विच जो पब्लिश करते हैं और रिसर्च आर्टिकल्स क्या है. एडवांस लेवल से बुक्स हम देखते हैं, प्रीसीडिंग ऑफ कॉन्फ्रेंस वर्कशॉप इसको भी हम मीट करते हैं. एंड रिप्रिंट जो कलेक्शन अवेलेबल जो है सुपरवाइजर या एक्सपर्ट वर्किंग जो टॉपिक चूज करते हैं इंटरनेट का यूज करते हैं. No research shall be completed unless we make use of the knowledge available in books. Okay. कोई भी रिसर्च आप देखते हैं, कोई भी रिसर्च कर रहे हैं तो आपको कंप्लीट यूजलेस है. अनलेस टू वी मेक यूज ऑफ हम यूजफुल यूज ऑफ मेक हम नॉलेज अवेलेबल इन बुक्स. तो बुक्स में नो रिसर्च शैल बी यूजलेस अनलेस टू बी कंप्लीट. तो कोई भी बुक्स के अंदर पूरी कंप्लीट नहीं है. जर्नल तो इंटरनेट और सब के साथ वो जुड़ी हुई है. ओके, जर्नल्स भी देखना पड़ेगा, इंटरनेट भी एंड बुक्स भी देखना पड़ेगा. रिव्यू ऑफ द लिटरेचर इन द एरिया रिसर्च इज ए प्रिलिमिनरी स्टेप. ओके, सो रिव्यू करते हैं हम लिटरेचर को अपने एरिया का ऑफ रिसर्च में. इज ए प्रिलिमिनरी स्टेप बिफोर अटेम्प्टिंग. The preliminary step है before attending to the plan the study. स्टडी के लिए प्लान बनाया तो लिटरेचर सर्वे हेल्प्स अस. क्या हेल्प कराता है लिटरेचर सर्वे? हेल्प्स अस sharpen the problem, reformulate if it or even leads to defining क्या रहता है other closely related problems को. Okay, sharpen the problems, reformulate it or even leads to defining other closely related problems को. Get proper understanding to the problem chosen. Okay, to acquire proper theoretical and practical knowledge to investigate the problem. अगर हम acquire करते हैं proper theoretical and practical knowledge को to investigate problem, so how the problem you under study relates to the previous research studies. हम देखते हैं क्या ना हाउ द कैसे हम जो प्रॉब्लम अंडर स्टडी के अंदर जो प्रॉब्लम है उसको हमने प्रीवियस रिसर्च में स्टडीज में हम कैसे प्रॉब्लम था ओके उसको हम देखते हैं ओके सो नो वेदर द प्रॉपर प्रॉब्लम हैड ऑलरेडी बीन सॉल्व हम जान सकते हैं जो कैसे हम उसको सॉल्व कर सकते हैं दो सर्वे वन कैन कलेक्ट रिवेंट इंफॉर्मेशन अबाउट द प्रॉब्लम ओके तो कोई भी कलेक्ट करते हैं डिफरेंट इन्फॉर्मेशन उस प्रॉब्लम के बारे में तो क्लियरली अब आइडियाज़ कैन बी एक्वायर्ड थ्रू स्टडी ऑफ लिटरेचर सो वो एक्वायर करते कि है नॉलेज एक्वायर कर सकते हैं और लिटरेचर स्टडी में ओके apart from literature directly connected with the problem literature जो directly connected with the problem के साथ the literature that is connected with similar problems literature that is connected with similar problems is also useful it helps to formulate the problem of in a clear cut way okay तो ये हेल्प करते हैं formulate formulate the problem ये हेल्प करते हैं क्या प्रॉब्लम को फॉर्मुलेट करने के लिए इन क्लियर कट वे में ओके ए रिव्यू ऑफ पास्ट वर्क हमने अगर पास्ट वर्क दिखा जाए हेल्प्स टू नो द आउटकम ऑफ दिस इन्वेस्टिगेशन जो पास्ट वर्क्स में हम देखा जाए तो नो हमने क्या आउटकम पाया है और इन्वेस्टिगेट करने के बाद where similar problems are solved जो सॉल्व हुआ है इट कैन बी हेल्प अस डिजाइन मेथोडोलॉजी ये मेथोडोलॉजी को डिजाइन करने के लिए बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है फॉर द प्रेजेंट वर्क वी कैन ऑल्सो एक्सप्लोर द वाइटल लिंक्स हम एक्सप्लोर करते हैं वाइटल लिंक्स को विद द वेरियस ट्रेंड्स एंड फेजेस इन द चूजन टॉपिक ओके हम एक्सप्लोर करते हैं वाइटल लिंक्स को द वेरियस ट्रेंड्स एंड फेजेस को इन द चूज करते हैं अपने टॉपिक को एंड फैमिलियराइज विथ कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स प्रोस्पेक्ट को कंसेप्ट एंड इंटरप्रिटेशन को देखते हैं हमने एस्पेक्ट्स कंसेप्ट एंड इंटरप्रिटेशन भी करते हैं फर्दर इट कैन हेल्प अस क्या कराते हैं ना हेल्प अस फॉर्मुलेट इट कैन हेल्प अस फॉर्मुलेट to formulate a satisfactory structure of the research proposal में ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है फॉर्मुलेट इट कैन हेल्प अस टू फॉर्मुलेट क्या फॉर्मुलेट कराते हैं फॉर्मुलेट satisfactory structure in the research proposal में again because a PhD thesis or MPhil dissertation is a study in depth aiming contribution to knowledge okay PhD जो thesis है और MPhil dissertation का जो पेपर है ये स्टडी इन डेप्थ हमने डेप्थ के तरफ जाते हैं ओके because aiming contribution of no knowledge जिसका मेन कंट्रीब्यूशन देते हैं नॉलेज ए केयरफुल चेक शुड बी मेड टू इंश्योर दैट द प्रपोजल स्टडी हैज नॉट प्रीवियसली बीन परफॉर्म्ड एंड रिपोर्टेड देखिए ये केयरफुल जो चेक करते हैं हम तो शुड बी मेड टू इंश्योर करते हैं क्या दैट द प्रपोज स्टडी हैज़ नॉट प्रीवियसली बीन परफॉर्म्ड एंड रिपोर्टेड जो प्रीवियसली वो परफॉर्म नहीं हुआ है एंड रिपोर्टेड नहीं हुआ है द अर्लीस्ट स्टडीज जो पहले स्टडीज देखते हैं द अर्लीस्ट स्टडी व्हिच आर रिलेवेंट टू द प्रॉब्लम जो अर्लीस्ट स्टडी हमने किया है पहले भी स्टडी जो व्हिच आर रिलेवेंट है टू द प्रॉब्लम के साथ क्या रिलेवेंट है चूजन शुड बी केयरफुली स्टडीड सो हमने चूज करते हैं केयरफुली इग्नोर्ड प्रायर स्टडीज को हमने इग्नोर करते हैं मे लीड टू researcher duplicating of a work already carried out by another researcher okay कोई भी आगे डुप्लीकेट कर रहा है क्या अदर रिसर्चर से so a good library will be of great help to research in the study stage तो एक गुड लाइब्रेरी जो है वो बहुत ही हेल्प करते हैं रिसर्चर को वन कैन जो विजिट नियर बाई रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूशन कोई भी अगर रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूशन में जाते हैं एंड अवेल द लाइब्रेरी फैसिलिटी में जाते हैं रिव्यू द लेटेस्ट रिसर्च पेपर और रिव्यू करते हैं लेटेस्ट रिसर्च पेपर को एंड PhD थीसिस को टू एक्वायर रिसेंट ट्रेंड्स एक्वायर करते हैं रिसेंट ट्रेंड्स को ओके देखिए इंटरनेट अर्नड मीडियम ऑफ इंटरनेट एज ए मीडियम ऑफ रिसर्च देखिए इंटरनेट बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है क्योंकि फॉर द पास्ट वन डिकेड देखा जाए तो इंटरनेट बिकम द इम्पोर्टेंट सोर्स ऑफ नॉलेज एंड एन इफेक्टिव मीडियम ऑफ रिसर्च फॉर रिसर्च इट इज प्रोवाइडिंग ए रेंज ऑफ न्यू अपॉर्चुनिटीज रिसर्चर्स के लिए इट प्रोवाइड करते हैं रेंज ऑफ न्यू अपॉर्चुनिटीज को फॉर कलेक्टिंग इंफॉर्मेशन करने के लिए, नेटवर्किंग, कंडक्टिंग रिसर्च, collecting data and disseminating research result, electric mail, email, e-journal, online submission of articles or to journals, online focus groups, online video conferencing, and online questionnaire are some of the latest tools. Okay, latest tools opened up by the internet. Okay, we know that thousands of books and often print publications have been made available online that would be extremely difficult to locate otherwise. Okay, including out out of print books in books and classic literature and textbooks that would be much less accessible in the printed form. some the some of the specific scientific some of the scientific research some of the scientific research information available on the internet, details about various scientific and non-scientific topics, the titles and other relevant information of articles publications published in various journals, possibly the past 1 decade or so. Full article will not be available. Preprint of papers submitted by researchers in certain websites, information about scientific meetings to be held, contact details for other researchers, database of reference material, places where one can discuss topics again. In general, academic research that has been commercially published is not really available on the internet. देखिए some of the features of conducting research through internet are short time of collecting data, recording data. Okay, short time for collecting and recording data unknown to us can be identified and downloaded. Okay, the possibility of conducting interviews, okay, and focus groups by email, which results in enormous saving in cost and time. New communities come to act as the object of social science, scientific inquiry. Okay, while the internet contains a virtually limited wealth of information not found in traditional resources, this abundance also may hinder academic research. The following are some of the new challenges of the research for the research: problems of sample reliability and accuracy of the obtained data of information, the ethics of conducting research into online communities, physical access and skill required to use the technology involved. Okay, the changed technology, the changed chronology of interaction resulting from asynchronous communication. Okay, next देखिए reference collection के as soon as the starts are be available source. Okay, source being the reference is important. The preparation of the collection reference probably annotation should be undertaken. Keeping records systematically during research help a researcher achieve various objectives. It preserves data for future use. The researcher may stumble upon something that may not be of immediate use. Okay, but would help him later. Details have to be kept in files. Okay, the important source of reference collection is the journal journal called current contents. Okay, this comes once in a week. It is available in hard copy and also the floppy diskette. Okay, almost all the universities and research institutions by the document. It contains the table of content of research content of research journal and magazines in various subjects. It provides the title of articles, names and the name of the author, data of publication, volume number, starting page, number of articles and address of the author, from whom one can get reprint the article. If the title of the article indicates that the paper is in the topic of one's interest, then he can take a copy of the article in the journal available in the library. Otherwise, he can get it from a document delivery services gap center. For example, in India, Inflibnet provides this service through 6 institutions. Assessing the current status. Generally it is not difficult to know the current status of research work in a specific topic. The current status of the chosen topic can be identified by reading the relevant journals and the recent papers. Discussions of conference and seminars and workshops. One can platform inquiries, and several important places known for research and on proposed topic. A study of the current literature in the chosen topic explores the current status of it. More importantly, the review articles from point out not only to the basic respect of the future of the topic concerned, but also give a brief account of the present status. For this purpose, one can survey the journal such as physics report, review of modern physical review letters, review section of American Journal of Physics, Pramana, current trends and proceedings, recently conducted seminars and conferences, etc. Rapid communication and later sections of international journals, public articles, which are very important and felt in records recent trends category. There are several areas in internet where the papers are just submitted and the journal are placed. One can download such articles free of cost. These articles indicate the recent trends of the particular topic. देखिए hypothesis क्या है? This is the research do not carry out work without any aim of expectation. Research is not of doing something or presenting with what is done. Each research problem is undertaken aiming at certain outcomes. That is before starting actual work, such as performing an experiment or theoretical calculation or numerical analysis. We expect certain outcomes from the study. The expectations from the hypothesis are sufficient scientifically reasonable predictions. They are often stated in terms of if then sentences in certain logical forms. A hypothesis should provide what we expect to find in the chosen research problem. That is the expected of or proposed solution based on available data and tentative explorations constitute the hypothesis. Hypothesizing is done only often after survey of relevant literature and learning the present status of the field of research. It can be formulated based on previous research and observation. To formulate a hypothesis of the researcher should acquire enough knowledge in the field, in the topic of research, and a reasonably deep insight about the problem. In formulating a hypothesis, construct operational definitions of variables or in the research problem. Hypothesis is due to an intelligent guess for inspiration. देखिए hypothesis construct operational definitions of variables research problems. Hypothesis due to intelligent guesses for the inspiration which is tested in the research work rigorously through as appropriate methodology. Testing of hypothesis leads to exploration of the associated phenomena. So what are the criteria of a good literary hypothesis? And hypothesis should have a conceptual clarity, and a theoretical opinion, orientation. Further, it should be testable. It should be started in a suitable way so that it can be tested by the investigation. The investigation hypothesis made initially may become incorrect when the data obtained and analyzed. In this case, it has to be revised. It is important to state the hypothesis of a research problem in a research report. We note that that if a hypothesis withstands the experiments and provides the required facts to make it acceptable not only to the researchers performing the experiments but to others doing of the other experiments. Then when sufficiently reinforcement by continual verification the hypothesis mode of approach. Mode of approach means the manner of which research is to be carried out. It should be keep the research on the right track. Okay, make him complete the planned work successful. You should keep in mind that there is always room for improvement in the human endeavor. Okay, and research is no exception. Do each every job with the maximum care. If you go for endless fine turning, you will never finish the job on time. You have to pragmatic in your approach and execution. One should sharpen the thinking of and focus attention on the more important aspects of the study. The scientific thinking must be more formal, strict, empirical, scientific and specific and goal oriented. Okay, essentially one must concentrate on the on an area of research and aim to perform better almost anyone else. In order to make steady progress in research and to assess the progress of the research work, in research design is very helpful. देखिए research sorry research design क्या है? Plan your work your plan as a Napoleon Hill. Okay, for scientific research one has to prepare research design. It has sorry it has indicated the various approaches to be used in solving research problem, sources of information related to the problem, and time frame and time frame and the cost budget. Essentially, the research design creates the foundation of the entire research work. The design will help perform the task easily and it is systematically way. Once the research design is completed, the actual work can be initiated. The first step is the critical in the actual work is to learn the facts pertaining to the problem, particularly theoretical method, numerical techniques, experimental techniques, and other relevant data and tools necessary study collected. Again, it is not necessary to that every theory techniques, information in the topic of research is useful. Particular problem. For a particular problem, a researcher has to identify the select materials which are useful present work. Okay. The variety of and utility of the information gathered, okay, should be tested before using them. Scientific research is based on certain mathematical, numerical, and experimental method. These sources have been properly studied and judged before applying them to the problem of interest. Okay. Next, देखिए, what are the possible approach to be followed by research? क्या देखते हैं? देखिए, newly research institution sufficient to become scientist, not sufficient to become a scientist. Every great human achievement is preceded by extended periods of dedicated and concentrated efforts. Okay, as told the Mahatma Gandhi, satisfaction lies to the effort and not the attainment. Okay, satisfaction lies in the effort, not the attention. Okay. For effort is full victory. A research can exercise the following aspects regularly throughout research and career. Okay. This keeps in the right track and tightly bind him to the research activity, discussion with the advisor, supervisor, experts, colleges, and with other research work. Okay. Particularly the problem and the origin and its origin, objective and difficulties based on the patient execution of the problem. Reading of the latest research paper, relevant theories and possible application to the present problem, and to overcome the difficulties faced. Review of the work reported on the similar problem, theoretical calculation, setting up of an experimental setup, numerical conditions. Okay. Computer programs and preparation of graphs, tables and other relevant works related to the research should be done by a new research by himself without assistance from others. Have a practice of periodically writing of work done. Okay. Results obtained and steps followed in a work. This is important because sometimes we may think that a particular aspect will be the centerpiece of the problem. Okay, under investigation, but once we make a write up of it, this aspect is a part of it may turn out to be only of marginal importance. In fact, writing of the progress of the work will help to better understand of the work. Okay. Okay, so participation and presentation of research finding of national and international meetings. Okay, these regular practices provide useful information like new ideas and can help the researcher sharpen focus and attention and confining to the formulation and in the interpretation of the solution. So thank you for listening me. I think it will be help to you. Thank you.